Hey y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show. Day one SHOT Show interviews from SHOT Show 2024, live from, well, not live from Las Vegas, but close to it. I mean, we're dang near there. So we have dropped a lot of interview shows today, day one, with all the major manufacturers. And I would tell you this one, we've been really excited about. We've got a good buddy of ours on the show. I'm gonna let Jason introduce him, but stay tuned, not just for all of the shows that come out today, the social media content that we're going to be producing, fingers crossed, but throughout the week of SHOT Show. And then Thursday is our episode 299, live from the SHOT Show episode, in the booth with American Defense Manufacturing. But Jason, I'll let you go ahead and take it away and get this show kicked off.
We're here with I think we can call him a frequent flyer. He's been on the show several times now. It's Mr. Justin Poole, good buddy of ours. He is the thermal market manager over at Pulsar USA here in Texas. Justin, welcome back to the show.
Man, thank y'all for having me. Let's see if I can get on here a couple more times.
Well, we'll see.
Anytime,
we'll see.
You know, it's anytime we want you to have you on the show when you have breaking news. I know you got a lot to get through today. Jason, you and I have been in that room several times, and we've recorded many episodes with you and me and Justin and Jeff Murray, and it's it kind of feels like a second home to us. How many times we've been in that room. So welcome to the show.
Well, Justin, depending how you do today, we'll see if you get an invite back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fair.
Definitely.
I have no problem with that.
So let's talk about, before we get into big news, the 2023, we say this every year, but was a very big year for Pulsar. And the reason, I mean, we have seen now the very first Pulsar thermal rifle scope with a beyond 640 resolution, image with the Pulsar XL, the Thermion XL50 that was released not that long ago. You got the Merger HD 1024 thermal binoculars, with all of the improvements with the with the Pro sensors and the Talions that came out and have been upgraded. I mean, there's just so many things that happened, so many good things that happened. But y'all ended 2023 on a big note, again, with your Thermion XL50 thermal rifle scope. And now coming into SHOT Show, there's a lot more to come out. But I mean, Pulsar was a big year, not just for the industry, but with Outdoor Legacy, and with what we were able to show to the customers and share through the show. But man, what a great year.
Yeah, it was really good. I think, like you said, the two biggest takeaways are going to be getting into that 1024 HD sensors. And then another one that I was a little nervous about at the beginning of the year, to be honest with you, but was just the improvements and the market adaptation of that ballistics calculator. Seemed like that was a big strength for us just across all of those LRF Thermion models. And the XL then took that a step further, which was nice to have in October instead of having to wait for a spring release when it's sliding at the end of season.
Ballistics calculator, I'm glad you added that in there too, because I know that was a lot of production and development through Pulsar and getting that done. And I've heard a lot of great things, a lot of end users that have used it and like, man, it works great. So I know that with all the work that was put on, they've done really well with it. So yeah, the ballistics calculator along with that, with the LRF models. But anyway, let's Jason, let's kind of jump into the big
news. Well, I mean, coming off of talking about 1024 HD optics, it's you think, what can you do that's any bigger news than that? And I want to just hit this one more time. I don't want to just gloss over the fact that literally, y'all brought out two optics this year above 640 resolution. I mean, something that we'd only seen one previous scope on the market ever to be higher than 640, and then y'all brought out two in 1 year. It just, I mean, again, I just want to drive that home. It's a really, really big deal. It's a huge advancement in the market, and as always, we know that Pulsar has been a leader in that advancement for many, many, many years that y'all been around. But listen, with that said, let's jump into it. People don't want to hear us walk down memory lane. They want to hear about the new stuff. That's what SHOT Show is about. That's what the excitement is about. A sunny Las Vegas and exciting things. So tell us what the big news. I know you got several things on your list here, but
Right.
I think you got to start with the big daddy. Tell them what the big news is for 2024 for Pulsar USA.
I agree. So to start the year, the biggest change we're going to make is all current production scanners and thermal rifle scopes that were purchased from an authorized dealer after January 1st of 2024 will finally be accompanied with a 5-year warranty in the US market.
Woo!
Yeah, big
All
news.
right,
That is,
this is the time for the little ticker tape to come down
Yes.
and the
Please
clapping. And,
give me a little
yeah,
scenery
please.
behind me on
it
that
is.
one.
It's going to be. This is big news. Very very big news. I know after people hear this on the show, it's going to hit social media and basically light everything on fire. It is definitely the 5-year warranty is something that people have talked about for quite a long time, and it's great to see it, man. That is a very big deal in the industry.
The way it's going to run, like I said, it'll be with an authorized receipt or invoice from one of our dealers since January 1st. So there'll be more information out throughout this week, but essentially we're going to have an online portal based ability to do the registration. So that way you can show your serial number and that purchase date. And it'll be for all current production thermal items, excluding, accessories, and then the batteries will still maintain that 1-year warranty, but we'll get that taken care of for you as well.
Well, I know this is such a big deal, and some people that are probably maybe newer to the thermal market and the thermal industry and kind of getting into night hunting, they're like, well, why is Pulsar 3 years? And I think it needs to be said that you know Pulsar has been around longer than most all the companies that are on the market today. Y'all are one of the old school big boys in this game. Y'all have been around, and you know 4 or 5 years ago and beyond, a
Hmm.
3 year warranty was the standard warranty. No one had more than a 3 year warranty. That was just it. And 3 years was a big deal because most electronics, today still carry a
Right.
1 year warranty.
Mhm.
And so 3 years was a really big thing. And as the market kind of evolved and more companies came in, the competition, people said, well, we got a 4 year warranty. Well, we got 5 year. That kind of became the norm. And so I think it's exciting that what we can see is Pulsar, one of the old school big name brands. It's been around forever. Is now not only do we have that quality and that longevity and that trust in the brand, but now you got the 5 year warranty just as like icing on the cake. And I think it's exciting news.
Very excited to be able to offer that opportunity to the market.
Absolutely. So just to reiterate, I know Justin said it 2 or 3 times, but basically, what it's going to boil down to is a current production model optic that is purchased through an authorized Pulsar USA dealer. Again, this is for US. We're not talking about other markets around the world, but US. Purchased through a authorized dealer. You've got your receipt that's dated January 1, 2024 or after. You're going to have that 5 year warranty. So it is retroactive. I mean, today we're talking about this. It's the 22nd or whatever of January, but it's going to go back to January 1, which is awesome. And again, as Justin said, I know there's going to be a lot of questions. Well, how do I get this? And what do I? And what if? I know that, we've already talked to Justin and the guys over there. They're going to be rolling out information. Trust us, guys. And here's the thing, it doesn't matter today. Everybody's got a 3 year warranty. So it's not like you've got to run out in the next 24 hours and do something. We're just talking about giving you 2 more years way down the road, but they're going to let you know exactly how to get the scope registered and insure. But the big deal is for you just to have your receipt and you'll be good to go. All right, Justin, I think we could just close the show right here. We could sign
Right.
off. We could be
Yeah.
good.
Be the
Everybody would
short
be
run.
happy. Maybe the short run, but I know Pulsar, and I know y'all got some more things. I'm looking down this list. You got some more exciting stuff. Tell us what else is new and what are we going to see this SHOT Show this spring here from Pulsar.
Yeah, so one of the units that will be making its way may have been seen a little bit. Europe had it a little earlier than we did, but we will be introducing at SHOT Show and shortly after shipping the Thermion 2 XG50. So that will be, the same current Linred 640 by 480 12 micron sensor that everyone should hopefully have seen in the XG50 LRF. Still a base magnification of 3, so 3 to 24. And like I said, it's going to be spec to spec the same, but it will be a positive improvement over the previous XG production, just as that LRF was.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we're getting this clear. If you're familiar with the Thermion 2 XG50 laser rangefinder model that's currently $59.99 US,
Yes, sir.
then this is going to be the exact same scope minus the laser rangefinder. Everything else is the same: magnification, sensor, image quality, all the other features. Obviously, no ballistic calculator because it doesn't have an LRF.
Right.
So that scope without the laser rangefinder, what is your retail map price going to be on that unit?
So the retail map price on this will be $44.99.97. So $4,500.
$4,500. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I say, how quick can I get those? I'm going to be needing those in the warehouse, back the truck up. Yeah. But realistically, when do you, is that something that's going to be coming? You know, I'm not going to, we didn't talk about this guy, so I'm putting him on the spot here. Is this something we're going to see in a month, 2 months, 6 months? What are your predictions here?
So I know we have production orders that are in for January. I think we're going to see some shipments leaving around the time of show, excuse me. So I'm expecting these to be getting to the opening orders for dealers second or third week of February is what I'm expecting right now.
March. He said about March. Let's just give ourselves a little time. No, okay, good. So it's not, we're not planning on seeing this a summer release or anything.
No,
it's
sir.
Incoming. Okay. All right. Awesome. I know that being a 3-power and a 640, you know, and at that $44.99, $4,500 price range, that's going to be a big scope. That's going to be a big seller this year for y'all. But tell us what else you got. I know you got some more optics. I think you got a pretty good list here. I'm looking at some of these, and I'm like, you got your work cut out for you on this one.
I do. So we're going to be making 2 additions, I guess technically 4 additions, but 2 sensor additions to the Telos family. So we did release the Telos XP50s, which were the inline replacement for that Helion that we've all grown to love, but is sadly been upgraded, thankfully.
That's right.
But so with that, we're going to be adding a 384 sensor, and we're going to be doing that in the Telos XQ35, and we will produce that with and without a laser rangefinder. So it'll be 384 by 288. Sorry, I just lost my lights.
Hey, bring back memories of us recording podcasts.
Yeah.
And we're like,
I know, I'm fixing to have to jump up, but it'll be a 384 by 288, 17 micron, but it will be that sub 25 Pro sensor that everything is moved to. Let me grab the lights.
Hey, Justin, hang on. We can see you fine. Can you see?
Okay. Hey, I'll sit
Yeah,
here.
you look fine.
Highlight me.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I got your face. Okay, so you got the Telos XQ35 with and without an LRF.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the base mag on those?
I do. So they are going to be a 3 to 12 on that magnification range.
And what's the map retail price?
So we're going to be at $24.99 for the XQ35 and $29.99 with the LRF on the XQ35.
Okay. All right. Awesome. What else? I know you got more. I've seen the list.
I do. So the other sensor we're going to be adding to that family will be the XG. So we'll be doing that 640 by 480 12 micron XG sensor in the Telos XG50 with and without an LRF. We're going to be looking at a magnification on that unit of 3.5 to 14. So a little bit of a long range scanner. So there'll be some separation there between the XP, a little bit wider field of view. And we are going to be at a retail point for these of $34.99 for the XG50 and $39.99.97 for the XG50 with the rangefinder.
So those are going to match the current models of the Telos XP50 and the XP50 LRF. 3,500, yes, $4,000 for those. So it's just I've got you. So what your option is going to be is if you're looking for the lower base magnification of that 2.5 power, you go with the XP. If you're looking for the long range ability, you go with the XG. Exact same price, just more magnification. Still a 640, similar image quality in that 640, but that's going to So I got that makes sense. 2.5 and 3.5, you got your options there.
Right. So they'll
Yeah.
XP will be that 2.5 to 10, and with these at 3.5 and 14, especially using that wheel dial as far as the magnification, I think it'll help the guys out in the Midwest or just the coyote hunters that have a little bit more ground to cover, being able to identify and see what's coming in with those Telos units.
Well, I tell you, that is a lot of a lot of things going on with that Telos, which has been a favorite of ours since it was released. And I know we did our best of thermal monoculars for this year, and the Telos was one of the winners of that. So we're really enjoying ours, and we look forward to being able to test these new Telos units out in the field and getting a chance to put out some content. And I know our buddy Justin will make sure we're taken care of and hooked up before everybody else to make sure we have.
Yeah,
Man, he put
for
him on the
sure.
spot.
I'm
For
surprised you didn't
sure.
just go ahead and tell him you've had them for the last little
Yeah,
bit,
well,
just to make sure that fire is burning
yeah,
hot.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, okay, so you talked about the new XG50, which a lot of people have wanting to know. They love it, but they just like, do you have a without a laser rangefinder option? You're saying, absolutely, we do. Fantastic. That's
Yes.
people have been asking for that. We got all the new Telos models. Is there anything else that you want to share with us today?
Yeah, so the last unit that we're going to be displaying and showcasing for SHOT Show will be the Merger NXP50.
Okay.
So if you guys remember back, I guess it was 2 years now. Is it 3 years on the Trionics?
Oh gosh.
Three, probably.
Three, right?
At least three.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So far
So-
that there's most people are going to go, the what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. So this will be basically a large improvement on that multispectral option for the scanners. So what it's going to be is obviously it's going to be in that merger body, so that same full size fit and format, and it will be a 640 by 480 sensor on the thermal side, and then a 1920 by 1200 CMOS digital for the black and white grayscale on the other. So a little bit different magnification range on this one versus the merger. So that thermal channel is actually going to be a 3 to 24. So a little bit more distance there. And then you're going to be at a 2 to 16 with that digital. You do very similar to the Thermion Duos. You have the ability to do the picture in picture in each individual channel and then together. We just kind of got away from that crossover that they could do in the Trionics. It just for our market and what we're doing, there just wasn't very effective. It was pretty limiting. So what we did was improve both the thermal channel and the digital channel and gave the ability to use them together in a sense without that overlay, but overall just a stronger performance out of both individual sides.
I want to ask a question just so that we're clear, and I want to be sure that I'm clear. I think that we saw maybe a prototype of this, maybe even like a year ago or something. I don't know. I don't know. We sometimes we see things and then they disappear, and so we're sworn to secrecy, so we can't say anything. And then I forget about it. Y'all come back. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I've seen that. But anyway, with that said, I want to make sure I'm understanding you and kind of remembering back to looking at this optic. So it looks like a normal pair of mergers, the binoculars.
Right.
It's going to be the normal 640 thermal, but the digital that it's going to have is going to, you said, black and white. So it's not going to be like the Duo rifle scopes where it's full color during the day. It's night vision.
Yes, sir.
Whereas the Duo is day vision, I guess I would call
Right.
it. It's going to be black and white night vision. And it is going to have, I guess, some sort of a built-in IR illuminator into that unit, or is it going to be something we attach? What's going on there?
Yes. So the big reason that they focus on doing just the black and white digital night vision is the performance of this sensor. So I played with these, I guess it would have been back in October when we did the factory visit, and we were looking 125, 150 yards, less than a quarter moon with no added IR. So the light capacity and the production of this unit by itself is very strong. It will ship with a detachable 940 IR light. So if you're familiar with the mergers, underneath the center right there in the bell where you would put your charger, you'll plug that in right there, and then you can manually turn it off or on within the settings of the unit. So it's not its own button, not anything else you have to go find. It's built right into the interface, but it is detachable, which is also a benefit for the guys that we have some states that I have been doing this for a little while myself, and I'm still confused on exactly what is light protruding or permitting and what is and isn't good to play with at night. So it gives that option to these individuals as well.
Sure. Well, I think that um, I like where this is going. I know you mentioned talking about the old Trionics where we were trying to fuse or overlay two
Right.
technologies. And so I'm with you. It didn't really do much for the hunting market. I think this, though, is really cool. I mean, we're getting one or the other. And just like you mentioned, the duo, you can picture in picture, they can be opposite. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff there. I think that unit has got some real world use. I keep going back to just thinking about uh, deer surveys and deer management and guys that are out there. I mean, I do this. I take my thermal and I look down there and I see this deer and I'm like, well, that's a buck. I can tell he's bristled up and he's walking across that pasture. But with that thermal, I don't see any horns. I don't
Mhm.
see anything. And I'm like, dadgummit, and I always
Yeah.
want to, but I don't. I mean, like, I wish I could go get my night vision and go over there and dig around but you got the thermal. So now I can definitely see how deer hunters and management just wanting to see what's out there. What have I got at night? I'm doing a deer survey. Yeah, that's a buck, but how big is he or what's going on? Again, we're not talking about hunting. We're talking about just looking out there. And I don't know. I just think there's a lot of use for that. I think it'll be really cool. Do you have a retail price point on that?
So that unit is going to be retailing right at $6,000. So 59.99,
Okay,
97.
perfect. All right. Okay, so just real quick recap. All anybody heard was 5-year warranty. They tuned out after that.
Yeah,
You talked
we
about a lot of
lost
cool stuff, and yeah, we lost everybody. They
lost
just
them all
clicked
after
off.
that.
Yeah, 5-year warranty. We should have done it at the end. No,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe 5-year warranty. All right, that's huge. That's really a big deal. We do have the Thermion 2 XG50 without the LRF. Going to be coming in there about that $4,500 price range. And then we've got the 4 Telos handheld thermal models, 2 in the XQ, going to be the $2,500 and $3,000 price range with and without an LRF. Then going up to the XGs, which are going to be the 640 higher base magnification and higher than the current model XPs with and without an
Right.
LRF, 3,500, $4,000. And then this new merger we just talked about. I don't have to reiterate that one. So that's a lot of stuff. I mean, that's really exciting.
It is. It's been a lot of moving pieces. Just because
Yeah.
everything, the only minute seems to be the last minute. So it's been a lot building up to
Yeah.
the show. But
And,
I'm
Yeah.
very excited to add these new models and like I said, to get them in the line with what we touched on earlier as far as to pair these up with the offerings we have in the 1024 and then continue to improve, ballistic side of things. I think we'll be in good business for this year.
One last question, and I
Mhm.
didn't ask you, and I need to. Again, ETA on these handhelds as well as this merger. Just give us some idea. Are we talking again soon, late, next
I'd
year?
I'd be saying late February, March for all these. So
Yeah.
one big thing that we wanted to do this year, which I know we just went over 5 or 6 things, but why it may not seem like there's as many launched as we may have had in the past. We've had a lot of meetings on our side and then with the factory to where if we're not within a shipping window on a product, we don't want to announce it at SHOT Show because we all remember, hey, here's 10 new things that are coming and we just
yeah.
me and you particularly just get beat down until August when it's finally ready to get here. So
Right.
Right.
you'll see releases a lot closer to and based around production availability moving forward for the Pulsar USA market.
Well, that is fantastic. So, thank you, Justin. And I know your hard work and Jeff's over there and with the factory and Ludus, our good buddy, over with Pulsar. So, and we know he's watching right now. So I think he'll give you two
You know, he's
thumbs up
watching.
for everything that you've done.
Yeah, I'll get
If
some
he
notes.
does it, you'll know. If he does
Yeah,
it, you'll know.
but if you want to continue to hear more about the new Pulsar products that are going to be launched, if you want to hear more information always right here on the Late Night Vision Show. Breaking news. Obviously, we're going to be reviewing all this stuff. If you are interested in purchasing a brand new optic, you can do so. You can go to the website outdoorlegacygear.com. You can also call and talk to us in person, 877-350-1818. We've got a lot more information coming out from SHOT Show 2024. It's a long week. There's a lot to do. And we enjoy bringing this information to you. So again, Justin, we really appreciate it. We look forward to having you back on the show. And unless Jason has anything else, we'll close it.
No, I mean we'll see what we can do over there. Maybe they can pay the light bill.
Yeah,
I mean,
see if we can get the lights kicked on next
Yeah.
time.
Get the lights kicked on next time. But no, we're
Sounds
all
right. Big mic, no lights.
Yeah.
About half right every time I get on here for something, I guess.
I mean, before we started the
Exactly.
show, he had like some help setting up the mic and all this fancy
had a
stuff.
sound tech.
So anyway,
Hey,
y'all,
we were
we'll
looking for the
see.
makeup people putting a little
Yeah, the
powder
makeup.
on his cheek.
I wouldn't
we got
waste
out of
anybody's
makeup.
money on my face. I would
got out of makeup.
never.
All right, y'all. So more to come, more information to come. We will see y'all soon right here on the Late Night Vision Show. Y'all take care. Don't miss an episode.